versus Kazuma Kiryu. Two characters I've never thought I'd hear say as a versus fight. So, the reason I say that, as you can tell from the title of this video, so Rewind Rumble, for those who don't know, they're basically, not to be mean, they're just basically a poor man's death battle, but, and again, I'm not trying to be mean, I do like the analysis and results still for the fight. I do think the results are a little bit more accurate than, more accurate than death battles at times, so, yeah, I'd like to give them more credit. Those guys are great. I just wish they could stay more consistent with their stuff, but hey, it may be on a low budget, but they do good for what they do. I'll give them that. I do like those guys. I like Rewind Rumble. I like Cartoon Fight Club. Really like them, so just saying. So it came out was a recent fight that they did, and it's called Kingpin versus Kazuma Kiryu. They say Kiryu Kazuma, but I'm used to saying Kazuma Kiryu as being a Yakuza fan. So hey, just saying. So they came up with this fight, and I was like, oh boy, I never thought I'd see this as a fight, but I really wanted to react to this after seeing this being posted. I was like, oh wait, this is something I gotta react to. Because, and this will be my first time reacting to Rewind Rumble, since I've always reacted to death battles. Why not react to Rewind? I don't know why I can't say Rewind right now. A Rewind Rumble for once. So, in any case, this video is going to be 22 minutes long, so let's give it a watch, shall we? Reaction time! Okay, Rewind Rumble.
Oh, It's from Rewind.
Yes!
He needs me to host an episode for him. Huh.
Oh, what?
Sure, why not? Let's see what the episode is today. Kingpin versus Kazuma Kiryu.
Yep!
I swear to God, Rewind, if I see one meme relating to Bakamitai.
The dragon told you me I didn't say.
Anyway.
True. Bakamitai is used a lot as a meme from Yakuza. That and, you know, the Death Claim from Kiryu and Kiwami too.
In the world, there are good and bad.
Yeah.
And as there are good organizations to seek justice, there are the bad ones to control crime. Out there exist criminal organizations in all shapes and sizes. Some more powerful than others, and some with the influence to control the very laws that seek to destroy them. How about we explore another tale of East versus West? This time we seek to find the ultimate crime lord. Wilson Fisk Kingpin versus Kazuma Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojima. A battle between American Mafia and Japanese Yakuza. Only one of them is going to come out alive in this battle, because only one can be the true king of organized crime. But which...
Well, Kiryu wasn't really a king of organized crime. He was more or less just a legend. He was only like the chairman of the Tojo clan for just like one day and just wanted to go and just retired. Because he basically wanted out of the life, basically. Well, he always came back in some way because, you know, the Tojo clan, like in throughout the series, things going on at the Tojo clan would affect the people he cared about, and, you know, himself in some way or another. So that's why he always came back and got involved in things later on in the game series. So just to point that out, but I couldn't really say he wasn't a king of crime because he never really was. That's the thing. He was only head of a Tojo clan for a day, but even then he didn't really want to. So he was never really a king of crime.
Suit-wearing criminal mastermind is going to become the true boss. The city of New York is where you can either strive greatly or suffer massively financially.
I love how they're using footage from the Spider-Man 90 series. Probably the best, probably my favorite interpretation of Kingpin, honestly.
To further his already
and every time I read Kingpin throughout the comics, to be honest, I always read it throughout the... I don't know, pause real quick. I read it, was hearing 90s Kingpin's voice from this show every time I just read for Kingpin, especially with Ultimate Spider-Man right now, when he's playing a major role in the Ultimate Spider-Man story.
Which are like, have you met Poe? Snorlax? Chowder? They're all really cool. This bullying and isolation amongst his peers was very hard on him. He had no friends, no parental figure.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody to be there for him.
His dad was a crime boss, so...
Forced to grow up thinking he can't have anyone to rely on. In fact, it was due to the bullying of his big frame that pushed Wilson into using his physical physique to his advantage. His idea was if everyone was going to be a bully, then he'd just become the bigger bully. He started by training himself in physical combat. He does this by taking advantage of his to beef himself up beyond any norms. It was this training that helped him gain his peak human strength and physicality, pretty much turning himself into a walking brick. More so a walking tank, actually. He used his newfound strength to intimidate his bullies and bully them back, just enough to turn them into his loyal servants right before he became the right-hand man of Don Regoletto. Well, damn. He just pulled a mirror force on them and profited. But eventually Wilson looked at Dawn and said, I want that position. And he killed Dawn.
Yeah,
talk about
and
short-lived.
he became the Kingpin.
After his death, Wilson became the head honcho of the operation, and thus began to show his dominance over several other crime syndicates, not just in New York, but all over the world, including the Tyrants, the Yakuza, and the Russian Mafia, slowly building his crime empire under the guise of a business company, under the same name that shakes the world of crime itself.
In New York.
The Kingpin.
Yeah.
His influence in the world of crime was absolutely massive, so big that his illegal activities would be exposed by many different superheroes, like Spider-Man, the Daredevil, and even Captain America.
All in New York.
He may have been smart enough to literally become a crime boss capable of influencing the entire world, but his biggest mistake was establishing that mafia in the world of Marvel. And even though he has failed a lot battling them, his battles with them has actually given him feats that are very impressive for
his fights have been
As
a bit
stated
insane.
earlier, Kingpin through rigorous training has achieved peak human physicality. His sheer
he ain't big without having that
has given him so
without
much
having
muscle
that
mass that his
ridiculous
strength
strength for a
surpasses
reason.
that of any normal man. Capable of doing things even the strongest men in the world would break multiple sweats over. I mean, like, look at him. He's a literal brick wall.
Look
He
at
has been
that.
shown to easily lift up massive desks and sofas to throw them with little to no effort. He's flung open a large vault door with only one hand, as to where some would even struggle to open it with two hands. Kingpin's sheer size often allows him to shield himself from powerful attacks. This is because he has so much to him, and hits he takes are more likely to be absorbed or blunted off rather than actually damaging him. You see, the human body isn't capable of withstanding energy from physical attacks all that well. Even if a normal man were to train themselves to their peak, while they can be tough enough to take damage more often than your average Joe, they still can't fully withstand anything conventionally tough. Alas, Kingpin has so much muscle mass to him that he pretty much has the ability to absorb most physical damage he takes.
That's funny because Kingpin and Kiryu have both shown to do that.
Most hits he takes can't even make him flinch. It's almost as if he's absorbing the kinetic
Same as
energy that
Kiryu.
comes from any physical hit. Heck, he's even strong enough to crush rocks near his own size. Measuring the size of the rocks compared to his arms, we can see that the force required to smash this rock would require over 28 million joules, or 0.006 tons of TNT. Kingpin is also an expert in martial arts. Don't let his size make you think he isn't a skilled fighter because he has learned techniques that both utilize his size and do things despite his size, which is pretty much an oxymoron. He has shown to be really good at different forms of martial arts, like sumo wrestling, judo, and hapkido. All of this combined has allowed him to do good of the likes of Spider-Man himself.
How do you think he's been able to fight people like
Daredevil,
Daredevil
running
and Spider-Man?
friction and bash everything you impact, the moment you mix combat into that, you're just a deadly weapon yourself. Kingpin, especially for his should not be mistaken for being a slouch at all. He was able to save a kid from getting hit by a speeding car, which should put him around the ballpark of 60 miles per hour. Huh, what do you know? Despite being a dangerous criminal, he has enough heart to save a child.
Yeah.
Kingpin is also
Feels
an
weird,
incredible
doesn't it?
genius. He excels at coming up with plans and has many henchmen and scientists working with him. Well, mostly because they fear him. And simply that him having to run a worldwide crime ring means he needs to be able to run it with full efficiency, all while being unable to be topped both physically and intellectually. He is gifted in political science, fluent in many languages, and is incredibly manipulative and clever. He has even tricked the likes of Spider-Man and Captain America before. He also has some incredible willpower, as he has been shown to resist the psychic powers from Zebediah Killgrave, aka
The Purple Man.
Purple Man. Now, Raywan, I know what you're thinking. Do not make the joke. Resist the urge.
I mean, but that's his name, though. I mean, that has like, the Purple Man is purple, so that's why they call him that.
Hockey stick, which is outfitted with a concealed laser beam inside of it, which is capable of vaporizing a handgun. Truly the staple of a mafia boss.
Okay, that I did not know.
The stick can also fire sleeping gas to knock out his opponents. He can also use the stick as a means of combat, obviously. Although it's merely optional because he can literally weaponize the entire environment around him with his strength alone. Now, Kingpin doesn't have many notable weaknesses. One massive weakness he does have that most humans have is that underneath all that it's still human flesh. Again, his sheer size does allow him to tank more damage than a regular human can. Despite that, he has been defeated many times by the likes of Spider-Man, Captain America, and even the Punisher was able to kill him with his usual arsenal.
Yeah.
So while he clearly has the size to resist what would kill
the Punisher one
human,
I did not know about, actually.
It's still pretty hard to believe that he can actually contend with other Marvel heavy hitters. Despite it's pretty obvious that Wilson's not one to be messed with.
No.
So be careful of what you do. Involve yourself with crime and he will know you. And if you slip up even once, the Kingpin will make sure that you are taken care of. Japan is simply a gorgeous country.
Oh, wait, just instantly transitioned to Kiryu, huh? Kazuma Kiryu, affiliation, a Dojima family, and height 6 foot and weighs about 195 pounds. Even though the man doesn't look like it. Like, Jesus, man.
Country with all kinds of cultures, people, myths, stories, and well, even their own crime circles. Now, why was that a part of the gorgeous category? Well, we all need a good to balance with the bad, no? In this case, what the Mafia is to America is the Yakuza to Japan. There are many different Yakuza groups in Japan, and one of the most dangerous holds a man by the name of Kazuma Kiryu. Unfortunately, he had very rough beginnings, as when he was a very young child, he had tragically lost his parents.
Who were killed by Kazuma.
The trope is old as time. But hey, it's pretty effective, especially here. His parents were killed by Shinatora Kazuma, captain of the Dojima family. Despite having to have killed 2 people, he had actually felt a lot of guilt. To leave a child without a parent and having to be the one responsible
Kazuma was no saint, but he had more of a heart than most people in the Yakuza.
Kazuma took Kiryu in and became his foster father, and was raised at the Sunflower Orphanage, where he met his best friends Akira and Sawamura. All while living under the wings of the legendary Kazuma, whose parents were also killed by Kazuma? What the fuck? He literally made an orphanage for children whose parents were killed by him?
Yeah. It's really fucked when you think about it, but again, it's the reason he opened up, because he felt bad. I was like, oh man, these guys have to have kids? Alright, let me send them over to my orphanage. It's really fucked when you think about it. But Kazuma did try his best. I think even Kiryu would say that in the games too.
Yeah, that's totally not gonna backfire, and that's totally not dark as hell. Although surprisingly, he wasn't all that bad to them. Kazuma treated Kiryu like his own son, and Kiryu, along with Akira and Sawamura,
that's why Kiryu said in Kiwami, he was like, you were my father,
he
Kazuma.
was a father figure. Kazuma even supported Kiryu through junior high school. As they grew up, Kiryu and Akira's admiration for Kazuma was so strong that they tried to join the Yakuza at 17. Yeah, you heard that right. Before they were even legally allowed to move it. They wanted to join the Yakuza. Wow. At 17, they already had their lives planned ahead and knew what they wanted to do. When I was 17, I watched Cartoon Fight Club. Man, that was the lowest point in my life, man. I really...
Why do you poke fun at yourself for the guys you're doing this video for?
really hope that doesn't get me fired. Although Kazuma wasn't really happy to hear this and attempted to deny it. However, Kiryu's burning passion was impossible for him to ignore, as he cried out that he idolized him and that orphans deserved to dream too. Kazuma eventually gave in after seeing how brave and determined the 2 boys were, and the next day, the 2 became Yakuza. The 2 of them were forced to go through some pretty tough challenges though. And later on, Kiryu would take the rap of Akira's murder for Sohei Dojima. And this was just the beginning of Kiryu's many adventures.
Did someone actually mod Kiryu in Tekken?
For Sohei I didn't recognize that for a second. Was just the beginning of Kiryu's many adventures. Each one going forward would turn him into a hardened man, a deadly fighter with each passing year. During his years growing up, Kiryu has learned the legendary arts of Kung Fu and the Kotami style, which combines traditional martial arts with Jiu-Jitsu and Aikido.
For Tekken
Some notable Kotami moves involve the Kotami Parry, the Kotami Knockback,
but he would be a great pick for Tekken,
the Max Kotami Tiger Drop, which is an enhanced version of that third attack. Pretty innovative, I do say so myself, especially in the naming department. Although a lot of Kiryu's Kotami moves involve the power of heat,
so weird
some of the Kotami heat moves include Dragon Spirit, the Ultimate Essence, the Essence of Terror, the Essence of Hurtling, a lot of Essence related stuff. Kotami's First Reversal, Extreme Heat Mode, Kotami's Swordless Rebirth, Kotami's Shot Stopper, and the Dragon God's Ward? Good god, talk about giving your technique some godsling names. All of these attacks.
I hope you do mention that the essence of Komaki styles. Because you know, he was trained under Komaki, and Komaki was a really good fighter in the Yakuza universe.
Only perform some deadly attacks that are strong enough to send people flying from their feet, but the supercharged heat moves can be used to disarm his opponents. Some attacks used specifically on people with certain weapons. A good chunk of his combat also comes from the many styles that he has, such as the Brawler style, which is slow yet very powerful, and even flashy. Beast style focuses on using brute strength and utilization of environmental tools and unconventional weapons. So if he wanted to, he can weaponize a motorcycle. He does this by being grounded and forming his hands like claws, pretty much becoming a grappler. So yes, he can literally take off your shoes and
Rush style is my favorite one.
Rush style, as the name implies, focuses on speedy combat in the same fashion as a boxer, known for his high guard and ability to stun enemies. And of course, there is the Dragon of Dojima. This style that Kiryu adopted is a powerful combination of typical street brawl,
never got a chance to
unlock
that
it in Zero, on punching and kicking such as karate and Muay Thai, and pro wrestling, all while posing a very tough fighting stance to boot. It's pretty much the love child of all of his styles combined. Kiryu has used all of these techniques to fight against many different types of foes and armies, and has done many impressive things with this. His sheer strength, as mentioned before, can send full-grown men flying. He can swing around motorcycles with a single arm.
Can you just at least show the clips for this? For him doing this stuff? That's my only... You're doing it for Kingpin, but you're not doing it for him right now. That's my only criticism about this video right now. Can you please actually show his retarded feats?
Overhead door with a few hits. He even stopped the charging bull and wrestled it to its side. You know, the same animals that can easily flip over cars. He destroyed the top half of a statue in a single punch.
There we go.
And he halted a lunging tiger with a single punch. Are we sure he's not the animal here? Although his best feats come from who he fights. For example...
Yeah, actually, why didn't... Side note. I hope you mentioned this. If you didn't, why didn't you mention the fact that you also punched a shark underwater in the Yakuza 6 DLC? And still made it flinch? Underwater? That's also really ridiculous. Just saying. That's another impressive feat. If you want to count that. I don't know if you will... There's DLC stuff like that in 6 for canon. But still, I'd say count it.
He has been able to best Goro Majima, who was able to punch him through a building floor while he was in
also
a weakened
really
state.
crazy in
He can
strength,
also compare to Tiger Saejima,
really
whose punches can obliterate boulders. Now Saejima is...
Mind you, Saejima also fought a giant-ass bear. And won. and hold it to the standstill the first time.
Roughly 6'2" or 1.9 meters, scaling him to the size of the boulder, which is about 367 by 263 centimeters in size, and considering what he's punching is granite, we can also estimate the volume of the boulder. So that means in order to break the granite boulder into fragments, he would have to be outputting around 0.08 tons of TNT. Which these are not even fully charged punch. These are just his regular punches.
Regular punches. Yeah, if anyone ever saw that clip of him in Kiwami punching that statue, he wasn't even trying with that statue. He just wasn't even putting in the full force too, mind you. That's how ridiculous his strength is.
This means not only can Kiryu withstand these punches, but he can hurt someone capable of withstanding their own strength. Are we sure these are normal people? What the hell?
You're right.
What's next?
They're supposed to be, but they're not.
And does so successfully that he absorbs the whole experience? Oh, he did. Well, there have been many foes that he has defeated, such as Raiden, who was considered to be too dangerous to fight. Shun Aki, many foes that he has defeated, such as Raiden, who was considered to be too dangerous to fight. Shun Akiyama and Masayoshi Damimura, also Amon, and his...
Yeah, at the same time in Yakuza 4, he fought two main characters at the same time in Yakuza 4, who we played beforehand, before we played Kiryu in 4, and he still had that main character energy. Like saying, step aside guys, you may be main characters, but I'm the main character. You ain't on my level, boys! And just wreck them, mind you. And mind you, those guys were tough in itself, too. Man, especially Akiyama. Man, the man fought a whole ass squad in 5. Just to point that out.
Son Joe Amon, who considered Kiryu to be the ultimate life form, and has even fought the legendary son Joe Amon, who considered Kiryu to be the ultimate life form, and has
he thinks he thought Kiryu was Shadow the Hedgehog.
Even fought the legendary Musketeers. And before you ask, no, we're not gonna have him fight Shadow or Mewtwo. It isn't just strength that he has. Kiryu has also shown to be insanely agile. Rush Style alone has him moving so fast that he can create after images, move faster than the human eye can perceive. He's capable of dodging bullets mid-movement and at point blank, even going as far as being able to perceive bullets moving at slow motion. He can generate combat-capable clones through sheer speed alone, and can even shoot a rocket from a rocket launcher already in flight heading towards him, and has dodged several rockets along with cannon shots. At the very lowest, a rocket launcher can fire rockets at 294 miles a second and higher than others. But to be able to react to this in the way he did, he would have to exceed at least double the speed. What the fuck? And we haven't even gotten to his abilities yet. To no one's surprise, this man has insane abilities. Aside from his superhuman stats and mastery of weapons in combat, he has this interesting ability where the more damage he takes or the more drunk he gets, the more powerful he becomes. It's pretty much a weird hybrid of Yang's semblance and Sanji's drunken fist style. Kiryu also seems to have a keen sense, as he once noticed his drink had actually been roofied while the pill has already seemed to have dissolved, and he has caught knives falling from above while giving a glance. He can also harm ghosts.
Wait, what?
Sure. Why not at this point?
Can you show us that, please? That's my only criticism of going through this Kiryu segment. You're not showing any of this.
How about we also give him a lightsaber to add to it? Are you fucking kidding me?
At least you show that.
His most useful ability is his adaptability. He's able to adapt to any fighting style in mere moments, copying them if he so desired, and find a way to tough through it all and exploit weaknesses, or even turn it against his opponents. His mastery in combat not only benefits his abilities, but also makes it nearly impossible to overwhelm him in skill alone.
Oh, another opponents you left out was, you know, the CIA agents in Yakuza 3. Man fought highly skilled and trained CIA agents that were trained to kill, and he fought them, and won. Not an important detail you missed there, or unless you go over it in here, but I don't know.
Kiryu, despite everything that we literally just went through, isn't perfect. Wow,
no.
Who would have thought? Kiryu has a sense of honor that he holds dearly. He would never kill unless it was in self-defense or if it was completely...
Even though there are some heat actions in Yakuza where we shot down helicopters. We probably did kill him. Just saying.
He faces problems head-on without a second thought. And this pretty much makes him vulnerable to any intellectual exploitation. Not to say Kiryu's dumb. That's far from it. He's really smart. But he's more likely to act he has had his idiot moments. There's also the fact that he slacked out of training pretty immensely during his first and second prison sentencing. And because of this, he got very rusty and he had to retrain himself all over again.
Like how Majima had to train him back to using Dragon Style in Kiwami 1. Didn't like having to go through all that trouble just to get Dragon Style in Kiwami 1.
And despite that, he was able to retain all the knowledge again and he came out wiser nonetheless. So even though Kiryu is a man with a gentle heart, he is still the Yakuza. And the last thing you want to do is cross him, especially if it involves the one he loves. For Kazuma, Kiryu will style on you until you are nothing but a broken man.
And now, let's get ready for...
As Maxor once said, Kiryu's never-ending war on broken bones.
The fight. This battle will take place on Earth.
I really
and
want
remember,
Kiryu to win
there
here.
is no
it's gonna be tricky to
prep time.
No prep time?
Okay. Let the battle begin.
I want Kiryu to win, but it's hard to say was Kingpin, you know, fighting superhumans before. Like, he's fought Kiryu, people were probably stronger than Kiryu, so... Well, he has. Kazuma Kiryu, ex-Tojo Clan chairman. Here comes Wilson Fisk. Wilson Fisk. Kingpin. I love how they used, just a side note, I love how they did use the boss intros for this, just to show how, for this fight. Oh, I'm using this sprite for Kiryu. Ooh. Beast style already, okay. I'm gonna... Ada rush style. Ooh. I think he's just taking those hits. Ooh. Back to brawler. Ooh. Back to rush. Switching again. Ooh. He's taking those hits. Ooh. Ouch. If you're gonna do the leg drop. Ooh. Brawler style is really helping him here. Ooh. Steam. Ooh. He got the uppercut. Not you. Ooh! B-Style did help get off. As I was trying to say, B-Style helped him make him not flinch. That army was insane again back in Zero. And I didn't like it how they nerfed it in. And then that throw! God damn, that much strength to just throw Kingpin. Oh, what's this? Ooh, the clash! Charge up. Stalemate. Oh. Got him. Ooh. Of course he's gonna send guys after the fight. Kiryu, here's your money. Go kill him. Big mistake, Fist. These guys are nothing to Kiryu. He even got the metal pipe. He can shadow them with no ease. Uh-oh. Mask in the room. Oh no. Ooh. Oh no, Kiryu can't see. Now Kingpin getting the drop on him. Oh no, is he about to do the leg drop again? Is this it? Oh! Don't tell me that's it. Is that it? That felt so like... Ooh. Oh shit! You hear his theme playing along. Oh, he's going dragon style now. Oh! This is knocking Kingpin back with no ease. And he's just dodges them. And superhuman feats. Oh, nope. Ooh. What the? Oh. He's just throwing him around. Like nothing. Oh. Here comes the finishing combos. Ooh. 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 And you drop. Oh! And here's the finishing hit. Ooh! That dragon kick. Ooh! Let's go, Kiryu! That's my boy. Dragon of Dojima never loses.
Hopefully you enjoyed the animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewinds at Talking Kid.
We should give these guys a budget.
And enjoy the post-analysis.
They need a bigger budget for these fights. Post-analysis. Alright. Let's hear what they have to say about this.
You know, Rewind has written in the script, "That's how Mafia works," and expects me to read that line unironically. But you know what? No, I don't think I will. Regardless, Kiryu has dominated the Kingpin and has proven himself to be the true crime lord.
I didn't see that one coming. I wanted him to win,
have very similar
but I didn't think I'd see that one coming.
They can both tank attacks that would otherwise kill an average man. They are strong enough to battle characters who can level buildings. Although Kiryu does edge them.
Wait, who? I don't know who I'd say Kiryu fought could level building. I mean, everyone was had ridiculous feats in the Yakuza series from all the people he fought, but no one ever really leveled a building, but...
out ever so slightly, but just enough. Comparing the best AP and durability feats, the gap in their power actually has a 13 times gap. And when it comes to speed, Kingpin has fought superhumans before, so in a similar vein, Kiryu falls under there. So while more or less they're equal there, Kiryu's speedy combat can be dangerous for Kingpin, especially if he utilizes pressure points in combat. Kingpin is skilled in his own right since he has taken on the likes of Spider-Man, the Daredevil, and even held his own against Captain America.
So has
but not only does Kiryu have him outclassed and skilled through versatility alone, but his ability to adapt to Kingpin's style, copy it, and exploit it makes him even harder to deal with. They both have a similar range in what martial arts they know, but Kiryu's various styles makes him many steps above Kingpin.
Kingpin does have the versatile
being able to
and a lot more variety of fighting styles to use against Kingpin.
Makes him a literal physical
Wait,
to be a literal tank. Makes him a literal physical sponge, so Kiryu will be struggling to leave a dent in him for a while. All while Kingpin has to do is just ragdoll him left and right. But it's because he can't put him down for good is where his defenses can...
Another side note, I mean, Kiryu has fought Mr. Shakedown, who's basically the size of Kingpin, so this wouldn't be the first time he fought someone like this in that big of a size. Just saying. Or if you want to also count that triad guy from 6, I think his name was Ed, the bald dude who looked like looked like a Chinese Kingpin. He's almost a little bit similar in size to Kingpin, but not by much. He's just a little smaller than Kingpin. Still, I compare that to a guy that Kiryu fought in similar size to the Kingpin. Oh, why can't I talk right now? Probably going through adrenaline.
Slowly be breached. Kiryu can easily adapt to Kingpin's fighting style. Figure out heavy hits will merely be absorbed and find ways to hurt him without having to blindly hit him. Or just find a way to deliver a blow he can't withstand. And due to his many styles, he likely can. With Kiryu's many different fighting styles, even with Kingpin's ability to survive hits that no other human can, Kiryu can...
Oh no, as a side note, if you want to count people Kingpin has also fought without superhuman abilities. Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. Well, Daredevil really has no superhuman abilities other than, his being blind, it helps him give him his abilities. But, details. Just saying, count Daredevil and Hawkeye in there. And Kate Bishop. So.
Send Kingpin flying with some of these fighting styles, such as the beat style and the brawling style. And then there's the rush style, which makes him pretty much untouchable to Kingpin as he will be dodging left and right. He's gonna be way too fast for him. He's gonna be able to keep a safe distance until he can find an opening to strike Kingpin with a powerful heat attack. And just to add salt to the wound, Kiryu has far more crazy abilities that Kingpin doesn't have. He can sense incoming attacks and perceive time slower if he wanted to. After images that he can create can also throw off Kingpin, that can also even attack him. He can amplify himself over time in battle. He can copy his opponent's techniques. If this laundry list of goofy abilities doesn't overwhelm Kingpin, I don't know what can. So while both are very similar in power and speed, albeit with a very small yet noticeable gap, Kiryu is just a better fighter overall. He would be able to lock down a win more often than not with his superior skills and ability, versus Kingpin's slower speed and lack of power. Now by lack of power, I mean the lack of supernatural powers, not power and strength. But with his Yakuza fighting style and powers, Kiryu will be able to become the true crime boss here. I guess this king has been dethroned for good, making the winner of this fight, Kazuma Kiryu.
But again, I will say Kiryu was never really technically a crime boss, even though he was chairman of the Tojo clan, only for just like a day. But he never really wanted to be the boss. Just saying.
Next episode of Rewind Rumble.
Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. Yang versus Sakura. Okay. I don't know when we'll get that, but hey, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. But hey, this one I definitely wanted to watch. So, I actually enjoyed that fight. I liked the outcome. I didn't expect to see that happen. Like when I saw Kingpin versus Kiryu, I had a feeling when I saw this, like this is gonna be probably entertaining to watch, but I feel like Kingpin's gonna win. But nah, the Dragon of Dojima came out on top, which is what I wanted. So, good fight for what the 2D animation sprites. Really liked it, liked the analysis. I wish you would show more footage for Kiryu's feats, though, when you were talking about them. That's all I'll say. But hey, overall, I did like it. Yeah. Thank you, Rewind Rumble, for giving us a fight was Kiryu. I hope Death Battle will do that one day. Maybe not, but we'll see. That's an idea right there, Death Battle. Put Kiryu in a fight against a fair opponent, and make Kiryu win. No, he's probably, depending on who they put him up against, we'll see. But hey, I'd love to see that. We got it for Rewind Rumble. I don't know why I'm mumbling so much. I hate it. So we got it for Rewind Rumble. Okay. So we got it for Rewind Rumble. I sound like I'm so... This is going to be a blooper reel one day. Yeah. But they gave it to us. And now... It's your turn, Death Battle. Put Kiryu in a fight. But any case... For those who are watching, thank you for watching. I'm glad Dragon Dojima won. And until my next video, I'm out.